I'm here to tell you that you are a much better parent than you think. As parents, we wonder, am I disciplining too harshly? Am I giving enough love? Am I doing the right thing as a parent to watch my children blossom and grow to who I really want them to be? King David teaches us in the beautiful song Eshet Chayil, Woman of Valor. He uses the letters Aleph to Taf to teach us that parenting is a journey. It is a process, and we do not see the benefits of parenting overnight. We need to be patient. These hands that have invested so much will eventually reap the fruits of her labor. He uses the words, give her from the fruits of her hand. Interesting enough, Shlomo Hamelech doesn't say, give her the fruits of her hands. He uses the words, give her the fruits from her hands. And the key word here is from. We don't see the benefits of all of our efforts in the here and the now in this world. The investment that we make on our children are going to be forever. The seeds that sprout because of our time, our energy, our efforts are not for our eyes alone to see. Yet we will see it here, but know that there is so much more. And I personally feel that this is such an amazing feeling where you have so much hope, where you know you're doing your best, where you know that although I don't get the appreciation and the acknowledgement, and I don't see my child being exactly the way I want them to be, even though I'm trying to do everything right, I have to know that there is more to this process. There's more to this parenting. There's more to this child. It's an incredibly deep message for us women, meaning that we only see a small part of our rewards in our lifetime. All the praise that a woman gets from Eshet Chayil does not satisfy her. She hears the praises that are said in the song. Her children have risen and praised her. Her husband will praise her. Many women have performed courageous deeds, but you surpassed them all. The woman's response is, okay, so all these compliments are coming my way. That's great. We love compliments. Women love compliments. But how will these compliments help if my children don't turn out the way I want? For this reason, we know that all that we see in this world from our children isn't what you see, is what you get. Not only is the reward of raising children more than we experience in our lifetime, but the investment that we made has affected generations to come. Sometimes we wonder, how is it that this grandchild came from these type of parents, and despite his family backdrop, wow, what a tzaddik, what a righteous person. How'd that happen? Doesn't make sense. And that's because of a great grandmother's efforts, prayers, and everything that she instilled in her children. Maybe it trickled down to the grandchild, the great grandchild. So nothing is just ignored by Hashem, our God. Nothing is just happening and not really being acknowledged. And everything that we do is noticed by Hashem. Our efforts are always rewarded. But it is so hard to raise children properly. It's so hard. Sometimes the children have frustrations and disappointments and failures. How do we deal with that? Our sages compare parenting to planting a tree. A tree because in order to produce a tree, a farmer must devote himself day in and day out with utmost care to this procedure. In the event of a storm, a well-rooted tree will survive. What does it mean? If I teach my child values, ethics, morality, how to deal with life. When they have their challenges, they're going to make it. They're going to make it. The turbulent world that we live in necessitates every ounce of our efforts in planting and in the planting process of a tree. As you know, as parents and as teachers, we reinforce, ooh, ooh, speak softly to your child, positive reinforcement, constructive criticism. Sometimes we are cushioning our children, are cushioning that, oh, don't do this because that will happen. Oh, don't go there because maybe you'll fall, you'll do this, you'll do that, and constant trying to safeguard them. Yes, we want to protect our children from negativity, from negative forces, from danger. Yes, but life has to happen, and a person learns best by their mistakes. We make mistakes, we learn from them. This situation, this experience is planted firmly in our heads, in our minds, and we will relate to that experience and make better choices next time. Please do not cushion your children and have them believe that life is free of challenges, because when there's a storm and that tree is experiencing the storm, that tree will snap. Because if a tree is a willow tree and knows that life has challenges, there's wind, there's storms, there's rain, there's turbulent weather. When life gets tough, I have to be flexible. I have to know how to be. I have to um, be relaxed. I have to be open minded, not stubborn. If a tree is stubborn and has um, its mind set on a certain type of life and outlook on life and isn't flexible and is a difficult personality, is my way or the highway, what's going to happen is this tree is going to snap. This tree is going to snap eventually. It's going to break apart. It's going to fall. And we see that in our generation more so than ever. Young children, young kids getting depressed on pills, and something that could be fixed in a home full of love, discipline, care, attention. Most of these problems can be fixed, but we need to internalize that we need to seek those deep roots, and that's when the children are young. It's harder when they're older. It's still possible, but it's definitely harder. So the roots that you will actually plant are all the lessons you're teaching your child. And my practical tip to you is, when your child experiences frustration, failure, difficulties and challenges in their lives, sit with them, empathize, sympathize. Yes, it's hard, honey. It's tough. I'm sorry your friend is moving away from school or moving away from the neighborhood. It's tough. I'm sorry you failed on the test. You studied so hard. Nothing is fair. I personally don't like the word fair, because fair, A plus B does not always equal C. I can do my best. I can, you know, push all the right buttons in life, but I don't control the outcome. So you can study hard, then you may not do so well, but at least you did your best. Now that is a lesson that you want your child to take away in life. You put your best foot forward, but you don't control the outcome in life. You may not get into the best schools, you may not get the career you want, and a lot of people get broken because their life did not turn out the way they wanted to. And this is a powerful lesson we can teach our children when they have these small, in our eyes it's small, but in their eyes it's the world. When there's these small itty bitty frustrations, failing a test, friend moving away, and others, well, we have to tell them, listen, it's tough. Life is tough. And I'm going to share with you 4 practical tips. One practical tip is, bless your children. Friday night we bless our children. You can bless them in other days also. Friday night we have the custom to bless our children. Tell it to them, let them hear it. I bless you to overcome your challenges. I bless you to learn from your mistakes. I bless you to believe in yourself. And I bless you to internalize that you can do hard things. When life gets tough, it's not supposed to be peaches and cream. It's not always supposed to be that way. Life is tough. Sometimes we have challenges, and it's okay. And you can do it. You can overcome this challenge because you can do hard things. Sometimes we hear kids say, "It's too hard for me." You can do hard things. When the kids hear it, you can do hard things, they know that they can overcome things. That life isn't supposed to be super easy all the time. My son came home one day completely just exhausted, mentally fried, tired, and I remember him going up the stairs and he's like barely like coming up to his room and he's just like so tired. He said, "Ma, I just had such a hard day. And I have this to do and I have that to do and this to do." He's in middle school. So, and I looked at him and as much as I wanted to just say, "Oh, it's going to be okay. I love you. And do you need a cup of tea? And can I make you something to eat? And come, I'll do your room," or whatever that I wanted to say. I just wanted to like cushion him. But then I told myself that this is an opportunity for him to learn about life, that sometimes some days are more challenging than others, and just to be there with them, say, "Yes, it's hard. You had a really hard day. It's really hard for you." And then he'll say it himself. He said it himself. Sometimes kids solve their own problems. Say, "Mom, I'm just gonna take it easy today. Mom, I'm just gonna take a 30-minute rest. Mom, maybe I won't have a lot of responsibilities at home today because I'm just tired." Whatever that it is, we don't always have to throw in the solution. Let them make their own choices. And you know what? Let them make mistakes. Let them make mistakes. In this way, when we have this balance of discipline, love towards our children, towards parenting, we will have this amazing opportunity to step back and watch our children grow. We're going to watch this process, but we have to remember the efforts of your labor of raising your children is only tasted in this world. We're appreciating the insights of Rebbetzin Yemima Mizrahi in Yemima Mizrahi Speaks. Leah Bramov, Being and Becoming, awakening awareness of your greatness and potential.